All right, Rafa here from iFund. I'm really excited about this phone call. I'm on the phone with Julie Hicks. She is not only the face and the head of the execution team, but the brains behind it. And the purpose of today's
That's
phone call
very nice
for
of you,
all
Rafa.
Hey, Julie, I've been around long enough to understand where the brains are.
Okay.
And and today's purpose of the phone call is for all of our new investors, right? As we're building out our training sequence, and this is going to continue to grow, y'all. So keep an eye out on all the emails that are coming out, and as videos add. This is the first interview with Julie of many, right? Our goal is to both show you the very clear path to generate your first deal and the mindset necessary to do it.
hmm
So, with that said, this interview with Julie, we want to find out, Julie, what is the beginning starting point for someone, right? And before you answer that question, you've been doing real estate for X amount of years, and
hmm
something made it happen for you, right? There was a
hmm
path that you went from not knowing what you were doing, not having money, to an
hmm
action that drove you to be at this point, and this part of our organization, right?
Yes.
So with your permission and with all due respect, please tell us where were you when you started to build this empire, and what were
hmm
the things that drove
Okay. Well, this is actually a great story, and Rafa, you haven't heard this yet, but believe it or not, I am probably where a lot of people were about 5 years ago. So 5 years ago, had a divorce, some bad things happened. I actually was bankrupt 5 years ago. Um,
it?
Completely bankrupt. Um, Not to brag, but I'm now a millionaire thanks to real estate. Okay. Um, the
Amen.
mindset that got, yeah, and the mindset that got me here is I heard this one thing. I always worked hard, ever since, my early 20s. I made decent money. I wasn't one to go to college. I went straight from working out of high school to working for Coca-Cola, ran a lawn care company, and then later on became a tractor trailer broker. But I was looking at myself one day, bankrupt with about $7 in the bank, sitting at Racetrack, the gas station, listening to the radio, and this man said, real estate is one of the only industries in the world to where there is no cap on your income.
Mm.
That statement right there was so powerful to me because even, at times I was making 80, 90,000 a year, but no matter how good I did or what I sold or what I ran, I couldn't make more than that, you know?
Right.
And, I overspent. I lived outside of my means, so I thought I'll never do that again. So once I heard that on the radio, I thought, man, I've got to get into real estate. And I knew from this conversation, knew nothing about real estate investing or wholesaling or anything like that. I knew it really wouldn't be an agent. I knew that what they were talking about was along the lines of real estate investing. So I decided that I would do some research on that because I thought, I'm pretty smart. I can figure this out. There's, Rafa, have you noticed how much information is out there on real estate investing?
Oh my
I mean,
God, it's overwhelming.
I didn't know up from down, right to left, and I'm a self-learner. I mean, I made so many mistakes joining, seminars and things like that, but I got the overall picture, but I could never figure out, well, how do you do it? I mean, I get what y'all are saying, but how do I actually do it? And one day, I was working two jobs, and I decided, you know what? One thing I haven't done is worked on personal development, and I've
Mm.
never invested in myself. Okay? And what I mean by that is the best investment in life is the investment that you make on yourself. So what I did was is I heard from a couple people that Peter Vexelman, which is he lives fairly close to me, was one of is the premier real estate investor in this area. Okay? So I decided,
Wow, how
you
lucky
know
was
what?
that?
It was very lucky, but you know what's funny is in the beginning I never even met him. Um, because I didn't really need to. It was all one on one over the phone.
Mhm.
Literally by month 4, I was working on my 4th deal. 4.
Wow.
There's people, out there that if they do 4 deals a year, then you're really doing something. So the coaching and the
Oh yeah, when
mentorship
I started, I
taught
think it
me.
took me 3 years before I had my first 4 deals done.
Yeah. It's just, we with this coaching or the mentorship, it laid it out for me. So I had a plan and I had somebody to, kick my butt when I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do.
Right.
And I just, I hate it whenever, you know, people that we talk to, I know they have the passion, I know they have the stories, and they have the heart for this business. They just need someone to help get them over the first hurdle. That's it.
Absolutely. That's something that's what brought us together. You,
Mhm.
Peter, Brian, myself. It was how can we help create a bridge over that first hurdle? And I couldn't be more excited that we're not just talking about it. We're already doing it. We've already started closing deals for
Yeah.
our partners, and we just launched 2 weeks ago, right? I mean,
Y-
wow.
yes. Mhm. Well, I mean, I don't know anybody out there that is taking the best of everything in this industry and putting it together. I mean, hard money guys, you guys, love doing hard money and investing, but you're not necessarily in cahoots with the investors. And we certainly don't
No, absolutely
mastermind
not.
together to try to help people like we're doing now.
Yeah, absolutely. There is. Uh, I'm so grateful that there are those gaps because in those gaps is the opportunities for the connections that are taking place
Yes.
through this through this iFund Premier Partner program and portal. And frankly, this is just round one.
Mhm.
We have a lot more exciting things that are coming into play. Um,
Mhm.
with that said, we are in round one, and we have
Okay.
several hundred people already on this portal, right? That all have said, just like yourself did it one day, somehow they also realized real estate is a path. I'm not saying it's the only path. It's a path that I can leverage in my growth towards success, towards my
Mhm.
goals. And as you already mentioned, these challenges, these little gaps, these challenges are not challenges like obstacles. They're actually challenges like gaps, right? It's like, okay, I understand everything. How do I go from point A to point B, right? And for most people that are listening to this call today, and the people that are in our portal today, the question is, how do I find a good deal that the iFund team is going to partner with me and pay me for?
Okay.
So,
So,
Julie, we turn to you on this.
okay.
How do we find those deals?
Man, that's a big question, Rafa. But so what I'm going to do is narrow it down to one strategy today. Okay.
Okay, there will be other phone
Um.
calls with other strategies coming, guys. But for today, we're
Mhm.
going to listen to. Is this the best starting strategy, or where are we at?
I would say if you have at least $500 to invest in yourself for your
Mhm.
business to find
Yep.
deals, this is the best way to do it.
And that sounds like the
So,
beginning point for most people. I know when I
mhm,
started doing this, I was waiting tables, and
yeah.
I know most of the super successful people that I know in this, uh, maybe most of them started under me, in reality. So
Yeah.
okay, so if you have at least $500 and time, I imagine, right?
Mhm.
Take us down the path.
Okay. So, I cannot stress to you guys enough how important direct mail marketing is. It is
Mm.
not outdated. It is the most powerful tool whenever it comes to getting deals. And the reason I say that is if you guys on this call, if you're wanting to get good deals, it's not by other wholesalers. It's not by realtors. It is getting to a path to where you are actually talking direct to sellers because there's no middleman. I'm able to
Okay, that's
negotiate. Yeah.
well, I'm sorry to jump in, but that's an incredible point, right? So
Mhm.
I've been doing marketing for 17 years, and I've never
Mhm.
sent out a mailer, right? I've been
What?
I was I know. I got really lucky and got stuck. Well, lucky and I mean, all luck comes with the good and the bad, right?
mhm.
And in my past, I'm an online marketer, right?
Mhm.
And I remember selling people on websites. I remember selling people websites when they did not have websites. I know that's really hard for people to even imagine on this phone call, but it was not that long ago, y'all. This was the year 2000, 2001, and I was cold calling
Mhm.
companies that didn't have websites, telling them, "Oh, direct mail is dead," right? And you need to have a website. And for good, bad, or ugly, as everything always is, I went down the path. I drank my own Kool-Aid, and I've never sent out a mailer. So you're telling me that in the ability to get a front of motivated sellers, right?
mhm.
Skipping the middleman, direct mail is the way to go.
Absolutely. You
Wow.
have a captive audience. You have their information. Um, that gives me the ability to either lock a deal up over the phone or set an appointment to go to their house. When you're first getting started out, it's really, really important that you set appointments and go to the properties. That's going to be the best way. But if you're a good salesperson or a negotiator or just a nice person, you're going to have a really good luck going one on one to the seller because sellers don't want to sell to some big, huge company. You need, what
Mm.
you guys need to realize is life is about feelings. Everybody loves the way things make them feel. When you go to a seller's home, they want to help you out. I even tell sellers, hey, help me out. I really want to buy your home. I'm not some big, huge company. Help me out. And guess what? I get the deal when nobody else does. So
Wow.
direct mail is so powerful because sellers actually call you. Let me tell you the other thing. I watch investors all day long send out direct mail, let their phones ring, and call people back one time. So I'm going to give you a few pointers, guys, on direct mail. Number one, when someone calls you, I call up to 8 times, whether they leave me a message or not, before I give up. And I actually never give up. I just wait another 3 months to call them again. Okay? If at all possible, take your direct mail calls live. Because if they go to voicemail, then you are having to call them back. Your percentage
Well,
of being able
Julian,
to get in touch
let,
with them. Yeah,
let's
go ahead.
talk about that just for a second because I know that hey guys, we're skidding on she's talking about making these phone calls. And of course, we want to give everything as much as we can to our folks, right? So when you say live versus not live, what do you mean?
Okay, so on your postcard or on your yellow letter or whatever piece of direct mail that you send, there's obviously going to be a call to action and a callback number, okay? So whenever that number, usually I use Vumber or Google Voice. When they call that phone number, I actually make it to where when you call that number, it rings my cell phone live. So whenever my phone rings, it'll say direct mail call. And I know I'm answering it. First or second ring. I already know what it is. I even have a money sign next to direct mail on my caller ID. You are actually getting people on the phone immediately. That right there will increase your numbers, especially guys and ladies. If you're going to be spending $500 a month, you must be taking your calls live, because direct mail is only going to give you about a 3 to 4% return. So every phone call, you really need to think of that's a $10 bill, and you've got to grab it. If they're, yep.
Listen, Julie, 3 to 4% return. Okay, so
yeah.
Not everyone on this call is a marketer, but I'm a marketer, and I want to know exactly what that means. So are you telling me that what does that 3 to 4% return mean?
So if I was to send out 100 pieces of mail, 3 to 4 people will call me back. And for direct mail, that's amazing. Because you guys always get stuff from car dealerships and things like that. But this is not that type of marketing. What you're doing is you're purchasing a list, the right kind of list of people to mail to, people that you know have a property to sell. Once you send this piece of marketing to them, you should get at minimum a 3 to 4% return. So when I said about a $10, if you're sending out $500 worth of mailers, then, and you're getting that many calls back, every call is super important. And it's important to answer them live if you can.
Absolutely. I have to say, in online marketing terms, 3 to 4% is incredible.
Mhm.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And how much does it cost to send 100 mailers?
Let's see. Well, each one of my mailers are 43.5 cents a piece. So there's different and cheaper products out there, but for what I'm doing, that's a pretty good deal. So if I had $500, let's see, divide by 0.43, that's 1,162 cards times 0.04. That would generate $500 market spend. Now you got to give yourself about 3 months. Is going to generate 46 phone calls for you in a month. That's amazing.
Yeah, that is incredible. Guys, I'm being enlightened on this phone call here, because maybe online marketing was not the right path to go on. So, okay, so you say mailers are the way to do it, right? But if
it's one of the ways to do it, but it's
it's a powerful one. Okay, so I have $500, but I don't know how to print these stuff out, how to mail this stuff out, what should be written on it. What happens next?
Well, I would say that's one of two things, okay? Number one, you need to go figure it out yourself, okay? Number two, hire a coach to teach you. Or number three, you can partner with our program, and I will show you exactly how to get your list. And which, by the way, Ralph, I hadn't even told you this. I'm now deciding to buy the list for everyone. So if they come to our partnership program and want to market with us, I'll actually purchase the list and give it to them. And then I will show you through videos, personal text messages and phone calls exactly how to market for yourself. Because I don't want them to just give me the money and me do it, because nobody ever learns anything. So really, that's your three options. And if we were to do that, we would basically split profits on deals.
Well, from a partner perspective, I
Mhm.
mean, it's a no-brainer, right? It's let's pool resources and let
Mhm.
me partner with you. Let me and let's share. When you say partner and share, are
Mhm.
you saying 50-50? What are you saying?
I'll say 50-50 of a wholesale fee. So if you're putting in direct mail and Rafa, that you're out of the deal for a fix and flip, I can't give somebody half of that. I mean, you know what I mean? But I will wholesale you out of the deal. Unless you want to do the deal with you to where you're doing, um, you know, hard money and we're partnering on that side. But this is strictly just
Sure,
for marketing. So,
absolutely.
and
And
you're
and
going to
we
love
have to
this. I
look at
just
it.
brought, hmm
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
The other thing that I just brought out is, you've been to my office before. I've got some of the top negotiators. I'm now allowing our partners to let my negotiators negotiate the deal for them. So literally, it's armchair investing. You can learn the business and not even do it. So you can take the initial calls, get the information, and my team will negotiate the deal for you.
That's incredible.
Mhm.
All right. So, as we started this phone call, right? The purpose of
Mhm.
phone call number one of many, y'all. These are not scripted
Mhm.
at all. These are happening live. But our goal for each and every one of them are to get you into deals, right? So
Mhm.
so we've identified, and I have to tell you, I myself, I think I think I said earlier in the call, I had spent $10,000 before I even got a deal, right? No one ever offered me the opportunity to, hey, I know how to generate the deals. This is this is the way you do it. This is how you could put $500 into it. And this is where we can drive the phone calls. And this is how we cut you in to the first level of real estate investment, which is it's the moving of the contracts. It's the wholesaling,
Mhm.
correct?
Mhm. Well, yeah, and really, people don't think of this as the hardest part, but the hardest part to get over is negotiating with sellers up front. Number one is marketing, and number two is getting the deal. This is a way for you to learn, and you can put all of your efforts into getting the information. And if it's a deal, I can sell it. No problem in this town. Okay? Um, but it gives you a chance to learn, and it stops you from making mistakes. But whether you do that with us or you do it yourself, direct mail is nothing more than plug and play. Rafa, guess how much money a month we spend in direct mail? Take a wild guess.
10,000.
35.
Wow.
Okay. So I know if I want more deals, I just have to add more money. We would not be spending $35,000 a month if it didn't work.
Mhm. And frankly, this is why the partner program works,
Yes.
because it is plug and play.
Mhm.
It's not about the money. It's not about everything. It's about the deals. If we can bring the deals, right,
Mhm.
and the listeners that are listening to this call, right, can bring the deals or can tap into our engine of generating the deals, we've already built an engine to process them, to
Yes.
negotiate it, to get it under contract, and to find the quickest path to not just the quickest path, the most profitable path to cash, right?
Mhm.
And
Absolutely.
I know this is a topic for another phone call, but there are many exit strategies in real estate investing, but none of them happen without this part, which is
Mm-mm.
find and negotiate the deal.
Mhm. Yes.
Wow. Well, I think that from our first interview call perspective, we definitely reached the goal of finding the best, most quickest, greatest return on investment path, leveraging this partner program into the real
Okay.
estate world, right?
Okay.
Um,
Mhm.
which is to partner with us for direct mail. Bring it to us.
Exactly.
We'll do the print. We'll do all of it. We'll drive those calls to you or our negotiators.
Mhm.
We'll make it happen, and we'll consult with you, coach you on the path to cash.
Mhm.
Right?
Yes, sir. And another thing, I cannot wait for our next call. I'm not going to give any hints, but I'll be able.
Oh no, give us a
We're going
hint.
to
Give
share.
us a hint.
Okay, it's going to be the cheapest way. It's going to involve time and energy. A way to get deals with literally no money but hard work. And I know a lot of people are there, but we'll talk about that next time. But it's a tried and true way to always get deals. It only just takes you working hard.
Wow, I know so many from all the people that I've met that are on this call, this first call. A lot of the people that are on this call know me personally. I
Oh yeah.
know that's exactly where they're at, right?
Okay.
And yeah, I can't wait for it. So
Okay.
let's make a commitment. We'll make this next call happen the next week.
Okay.
Yeah, sound good?
Perfect. Yes, sir. And if you guys are hearing me, go ahead and schedule your free coaching call on the portal. Send us some
Yes.
deals, and let's have a real partnership, and go ahead and put your foot out there, and go follow your dreams. Don't sit back and watch everybody else. Go to the portal, fill it out, sign up for your calls, and you'll get one of us on the other end.
That's just awesome. Wow, Julie, I want to thank you for your time today, and for everyone else
Mhm.
that's joining us for the call and listening in to the playback. Um, this is what it's all about. It's about team. It's about bringing it
Mhm.
together. So, Julie, thank you so much for your knowledge, and to everyone else, we'll see you soon.
All right. Bye, guys.